take this time to introduce to you the Lexham Bible Guide. It's a series, actually, in the Bible guides for Paul's letters. To start, you have a few that's available, and then you have more that are coming out when they are released. These are the ones that are available. As you can see, the other Pauline letters are not, and they will be released later on. Alright, so what I'd like to do is kind of go through, and I've chosen Colossians because it's the one, well, it's the one I've spent the most time in, and I really like what they've done with the Colossians. It's probably one, in my opinion, the ideal version to showcase the Bible Guide series. So, what is the Bible Guide? Well, Logos says it is sort of like a commentary and an annotated bibliography. Focus on the annotated bibliography for it first. What you'll see is a lot of it is the annotated aspect of it, right? So you have and again, it's designed by literary unit, so sort of like the commentary aspect of it. So if you want to look at Colossians 1 through 14, which is a definitive part of Colossians, the introduction to the letter, what you have here is, well, you have the overview. Then you have the discussion of the material that you're finding. Let's see if this pulls up. I don't have that resource. And that is one of the aspects that you may or may not like about this, is because not only does it incorporate all of your resources that you already have, but it also makes use of the resources that Logos has, which makes you feel good on one hand. It's like, oh, look, I got all these resources. And then you come to that resource that you don't have and you really, really want. So I know some people may feel like it's a marketing ploy. It's really not. It's in here. They're going to add more to it. They have libraries. You have library. They have library. They have the library that you get from. So one of the things you have to consider is that they're making use of the resources that they have. This is the ideal model for what a Bible software program will do, in my opinion, because it makes use of all your resources when you're studying Colossians. Yes, they do consider Paul as the author. They do have, they do talk about that other situation as well. So so let's go through this. All right. And again, don't have it, but you have the previews, right? So that's a good thing. And what they're doing is they're outlining and they are summarizing the arguments of these other works. These are not unknown authors that they are summarizing. They're not just pulling from small journal articles or unknown groups. They are showing what they have, they're showing you what you have, and then they're trying to piece together the ideal way of studying the book. We have to remember as well, any bibliography, any handbook, any study book should not be the only resource you use. What this does is ignite where to go. When you look at David's or look at Dunn, and you go to there, they're going to have their own footnotes, and then you can go from there and go further. If you don't, this is not the problem of the program. It's kind of your own internal programming, right? We agree with that. Fantastic. So you have issues at a glance, the word of truth. You have, which is nice, you have the keyword studies. Clarios. Somebody asked somebody how to pronounce Greek words. He said, do it in your best Spanish accent. I don't have a Spanish accent. I'm sorry. So if I get the pronunciation wrong, that's my fault. Anyway, so you have this. And, got the images, so you can use that for your preaching or your teaching. You got these nice different word studies. Now here, as you can see, it's locked. Bam, bam, bam. So I don't have vines or exegetical or these. You can always get them for me if you so choose. Here's another one. So you have the same thing. Let's go to the Christ hymn. Really trying to show you some screenshots of this. As you can see, again, there you go. Actually, I have this book on hard copy, so I didn't get it in here, although it's almost worth getting everything in Logos the way that these things are configured. So one of the aspects of this is, and this is, I know I've read some of the forums and some of the complaints of it. We have community notes. So if I want to go here, I want to highlight this, and then later on I'll go back and add my notes. Maybe I'll add another couple of resources, and I'll share this as a community note. So what we have here is not only do we have a fantastic start, and it's a mid-level start, not a beginning start. So we're here, we're advanced, we're doing really good deep scholarship. We can use that to go many different directions, but now we can also build community notes. So not only is this a ideal way to do it, but it's also a way to connect to others and what are they finding in here? What are they finding in Colossians 1:15? And again, some of these resources are locked. I think you'll see this. I think even unless you have all of the resources, which more power to you, so it's a way to make full use of your library. It's to maybe find out some of the things that you're missing. I got hard copies, so at least here I know where I'm going with all this, right? And of course you got the regular bibliography. Nice application overview, so you do have some theological merit in there. It is geared to the top scholars. You got Ochtmeyer, you have Barclay, Michael Bird, and some of them are, most of them are top evangelical scholars. You do have some of the more historical critics. You got some older scholars in there as well. Let's see. You got a message, you got themes that's outlined, genre, composition, and it does talk about the controversy around Paul's authorship. So again, one of the arguments that I found useful for why do you need the Bible guide is because on your iPad or on your computer, I usually use it on my iPad as a matter of fact, when I'm preparing a lesson on Colossians, I will have this as a start, and so if I want to focus just on Colossians 1:1-15, it's there. It's easy, it's fine. I can find the scholarship, then I can use that. I can go to Google Books, don't tell anybody I said that. I can go to Amazon, I can look on the page, I can find out what they're saying. I can go to EBSCO, or I can go to other places. And so it's not a completely all-in-all total sum scholarship, but it's the start that you need to actually make use of your library. So you can do a lot of teaching, you can do a lot of learning, you can do all this nice stuff, but if you don't know what's in your library, and I found things that I didn't know was there through Bible guides. I found scholarship that I did not know was there through Bible guides. So that is Colossians, and that's an introduction to the Lexham Bible guides.